This is my tiramisu, and this is part of a collaboration. I'm going to have all of Sophia's information down in the description box so you can see the Italian food that she did for this collaboration. And I'm going to add it to my Italian food playlist shortly. Thank you so much for joining me. And the one on the right hand side is more of a charm size. The one on the left hand side is more of a dollhouse size. And hey everyone, so you may have seen the Skinner blend that I did in a Skinner blend tutorial. That's for this project. And then here I have a light sort of a cakey cookie color. It's made by using about these amounts of, this is the cadmium yellow, Sculpey white, and then the Primo Ecru. The cadmium yellow is Primo as well. And so this would be about a quarter of the amount of clay. The other 3/4 is translucent Primo. The darker color was about an even mix of the burnt umber, raw sienna from Primo, and then about 3/4 of the translucent Primo. So I did a Skinner blend of those. And then with some of the leftover cookie color, I rolled a log, and that will go in the center right here. I'll trim some edges. And then I will start rolling. As I'm rolling, I'm kind of pressing out to make the sides a little bit wider. So these are going to be the ladyfingers soaked in coffee or espresso. So the inside is our cookie portion, the outside is our espresso portion, and I'm going to go ahead and roll one layer of this around the outside so it's even around the outside, and we will continue to make some tiramisu. Here we have that same cane reduced really tiny to create the ladyfingers, and then I press slowly down. You don't want to squash them, but you want to flatten them just a little bit to create an oval shape. And then you start placing them next to each other. I'm doing 3 next to each other. And you line them up next to each other. And we're going to do tiramisu with 3 layers of ladyfingers. So this is what it looks like now. This dark color is Primo Burnt Umber. I took some and rolled some really thin. And you want to place them between the circles. So you smooth it in to try to make it nice and flat. Once you have it nice and flat, you can roll a sheet of the burnt umber I added a tiny bit of the hazelnut color just to darken it a touch. And I'm just going to coat both sides. I'm not wrapping them. Tiramisu is layered, but I'm going to start with this dark cocoa layer and finish with the dark cocoa layer. So you're going to want to have the really dark cocoa color on top and on bottom, and then we'll add a creamy layer. You roll out a sheet of white, and you cut a layer and sandwich it between the two ladyfinger layers. Now you can make this larger or smaller as you wish. To give you an idea, there's lady. So this is what it looks like. So it's just a cane for tiramisu now. To texture, I'm going to start by texturing the inside lighter part of the ladyfingers, then work my way into the dark chocolatey areas, and I texture them with a pin in circles just like the cake texture. And if it's soft, you may want to wait till it stiffens up a little bit. But I'm just texturing one side of the cane. I'm going to leave the white portion untextured, and then I will slice off a portion of the tiramisu. But you see how it's getting all cakey? So I'm going to continue texturing this other side in the same way. Then I cut a portion off, texture the opposite sides, and I'll texture it along the side as well, leaving the white untextured, and I will bake that. I'll show you as soon as it's done. Here's the side, and here is the end, all nice and textured. Hey guys, we're almost done. So these ones have been baked and are finished. There's only one thing we need to do left to finish. I just wanted to show you could make different sizes. Let's see if I could get them next to each other so you could see the difference in size. But you can make them in different sizes. There we go. Depending on how small you roll the actual canes before you start stacking the layers. This one is more of a dollhouse 12th scale size. The place is 12th scale. So, last step. Once you have your little piece baked, it will be like this. So it's just a smooth top. Now here you have a couple options. One, you can take a little bit of like a satin or matte glaze and you paint it onto the top of your piece, and you use a blade and dribble on pastels like this to be the cocoa powder. Then you would have to put another matte layer of glaze over the top of it after it completely dries. Now the other option, and this is what I would do more for charms, is you roll out really thin layers of the burnt umber or hazelnut, And then after baking them, you grind them, and that will make little tiny pieces. Then you can take some translucent liquid Sculpey. You can put the TLS on the top, and you can sprinkle the little bits on. Then you bake it. This is what it looks like. Sorry, let's get some focus there. So this is what the top looks like with the clay. And this is what it looks like. Actually, that one isn't what it looks like. This one's what it looks like with the cocoa powder on top, which is definitely more reminiscent of a real tiramisu. You just have to make sure you do a second layer of matte glaze after the first layer dries. So those are the differences. And as you can see, there's a big difference in size. And that only depends on how small you make the canes when you stack the layers. I hope you enjoy the tiramisu. This was part of a collaboration with so this tiramisu is part of a collaboration with Sophia, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Her information will be in the description box.